So, I thought I'd do a short live stream about heat pumps because there seems to be... What the hell's that icon on the top there? Oh, I don't know, I'll just ignore it. I thought I'd do a little... Let me just get my camera in the stand. So, the British government is wanting to install heat pumps, and I wanted to do a little bit of a chat about these things because you see, the whole country's in debt. I was just watching Scammer Payback YouTube channel. It's really good. Stopping these people from stealing old ladies' money. I'm off topic now, but I thought I'd just pause it because it was at the end of the video basically. And let me just zoom in a bit. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button again. Hang on. Right, I wanted to... I could live stream it directly from the computer, but I've had issues with the audio because I've got a crystal microphone and it doesn't seem to... my computer doesn't like it. It makes a lot of hiss, so that's why I'm live streaming from the phone onto the screen. It works. Okay. So, I had something prepared in my head, and it's just gone, right, let's start from the beginning. Alright. Right, we're all familiar with American movies and TV shows. I grew up in most of my early childhood. I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. I'm an old fart now, so excuse me. So I grew up in the 60s and 70s and the 80s, and we're all familiar with watching those TV shows like Kojak and Starsky and Hutch, and where they've got these great big metal boxes precariously balanced on windowsills and window ledges. Imagine that. Right. So, why is it a bad idea for us in the UK to have heat pumps? Let me just see if I can do a little search here, because hang on, let's just see if I can find some. No, I want to click on... I haven't finished watching that video yet, so I'm just going to open a new window. Right. When you're searching for stuff, it's a good idea to put a plus sign usually in Google, but before certain words. Right. So, AC, actually, in America they call it AC, don't they? Air conditioning. So, AC... balanced window. I'm going to put in all plus signs. Window ledges fall, and this is another reason why we don't want these frigging things, because if you're living in a high-rise flat, let's just remove these flipping plus signs. If you're oh shit, what have I done? I pressed the wrong button. Hang on. Which one was I just pressed? Oh, was it F11? Oh, yeah. I haven't got my light on, that's why I can't see what I'm doing. Right. Come on. Pressing the right button. Right. Right, let's try that. Yeah, this is what you usually get. You usually get all this irrelevant stuff. Okay, let's just... it's the... unit. Okay, so what I'm talking about basically is that these frigging things are a bloody danger to everyone, right? They're stuck in the past basically, right? And our government's wanting us to install these frigging things. This is basically what they're talking about. They call it heat pumps, right? Because it's basically that. So I'm just gonna preview some of these videos. I'm not going to watch them all because I might get them for copyright. I just wanted to show you. You need to search for the right terms, but these things are obsolete, and our government's trying to sell us heat pumps. That's basically what these things are, right? Why the window AC hasn't changed. Okay, this is for the AC, the air conditioning, which is basically the same thing as a heat pump, right? Because they work in reverse. So there's usually a switch on the front of these where in the winter you can turn them so that they actually produce heat inside, and in the summer they produce cold air inside. And these are the sorts of things that they're talking about. Now, if you're living in an upstairs flat, you're probably going to end up with one of these frigging things on your windowsill. Who wants that? We don't want that. All right, let's just preview a bit.
If you live in a city like New York, you're probably familiar with this. The terrifying balancing act of installing your window AC unit each spring and uninstalling it in the fall.
Right, I'm not going to go any more in this video. If you want to watch it, go and look at it on YouTube because I'll get done with copyright. So basically, I used to see these things in the Kojak TV shows, right? And I used to think, shit, that would scare the crap out of me. Imagine one of those things flying out the window and on your head and that, which could easily happen. All it takes is for somebody to open the bloody window and one of these things can fall out and land on your frigging head. So anyway, our government wants us to have something like that, but not necessarily like that, but maybe mounted outside. But they're freaking noisy. I used to live next door to a pub years ago, and all you could hear all night long was and the vibration of the flipping fans rattling and clanging. Imagine you living in a block of flats, right, and there's 60 flats, right, and 60 flats have got 60 of these machines all going at the same time. Imagine that. Oh my god, it would be like living on a freaking battleship. It would be so noisy. It would be like guns going blasting all night long. They want us to have that? No, they don't work. Anyway, let me just go to this other video, right? There's a guy who talks about, I want to go to history. There's a guy here. Did I find the right one? No, that's not it. Alright, how far do I have to go down to find it? I just realised something. I think it's months. I'm not going to find it. Okay, right. Let's just search instead. I should find it now. There we go. Right. This is why heat pumps may not be the future. Right. So this guy, he knows all about them because he's an installer, right? He installs these things. He does it for a living. And there's a lot of conspiracy about it as well. But he should know because he works in... Oh, what's that to my mouse? It's stuck. Right. Anyway, let's just click that link. Oh, it's my computer, it's just caching. I'm in the virtual machine, you see, and I think I've overtaxed my paging file. yeah, it's just caching. That's because I've only allocated about 1.6 gigabytes of memory to the virtual machine. The reason I'm on the virtual machine is because Windows XP is no longer secure, so I don't like browsing the internet on Windows XP anymore because I might get a virus. So my flipping hard drive is caching right now. Okay, so I'll keep talking for a minute while it loads. Right, so number one, they're not fully effective because you have to extract heat from outside. So let's say, oh, it's actually loading now. Let's say it's minus 6 degrees Celsius outside, right? And you need to extract heat and to warm up your house, and you want your living room to be about, oh, it's not gonna...
Welcome back to part 2. Sorry, Patrick. The first
me up.
Well, I'll do it this side.
This is the wrong one.
Skill Builder has
What the hell? I didn't click that link. I clicked another link. What the hell? Wrong link. So anyway, so I wanted that one. I think. Yeah, I watched it before. That's the one I wanted, not the other one. So anyway, as I was saying, the problem with heat pumps is that you have to, it's a heat exchanger. You can't get blood out of a stone, right? Okay? You need heat to extract the heat. And if you don't have enough heat outside, and if it's minus 6 degrees Celsius, and you're trying to heat, let's say you've got 3 bedrooms, you've got a living room, you've got a kitchen, you've got a bathroom, and you wanted to heat all of that from a little box outside your house, right? Well, you're not going to get it. I mean, you're not going to get, what, 60 degrees Fahrenheit or 70 degrees Fahrenheit or 25 Celsius, whatever. You're basically going to be lucky to get anything, because the more you tax this system, the more you're going to be drawing electricity. Your electric bills are going to go up anyway, because the pump's going to be working constantly all the time, and that's drawing electric. So you're using electricity for the fan, for the pump, the circulation, and you've also got another fan indoors, which is blowing the warm air. So you've got 2 fans. You've got a fan outside, you've got a fan inside, and then you've got the pump, which is pumping the gases and everything between the compressor, that is, you know, that's pumping the gas through pipes. Yeah, so you get the idea. It's much more complicated, and there's a guy that does anti-DIY stuff, right? And he repairs them all the time, and he gets no heat calls all the time because they break down, right? And if they get clogged up with dust and dirt, they don't work very well because they're outdoors, so they get clogged up. Anyway, let's just have a quick snippet of this video. I think this is the right one. I think it is. This is Skill.
I'm Roger Bisbee from the Skill Builder channel, back for another little rant, and this is again on the subject of heat pumps. I don't normally do back-to-back rants on the same subject, but this seems to have really captured the imagination of our viewers, and we've had loads and loads of comments.
So I'm not allowed to show you all of his videos, so you'll need to go to. I'm just showing you some clips about these are the sorts of things that the government's trying to get us to fit in the UK. It might work for a small cabin, but not for a big house. And that guy's name is Skill Builder. Just look up. Oh shit, my mouse has stopped working again. Battery. I need to get another battery for my mouse. I can't afford them right now. Hang on a minute. Oop. That's the other battery, just so yeah, I'm trying to recycle batteries because my batteries are flat. Can't afford any batteries right now. So the guy's called Skill Builder on YouTube, and he's got 393,000 subscribers. He's an installer. He's got a lot of videos, so go and check his channel out. Right, so let me just skip through it a bit. Let me just skip through. Maybe I can reset. Oh, let's just reset. Oh shit, my mouse has stopped again. Oh, I need another battery. Help! I've got no money to buy any batteries right now. Oh, friggin' heck. Hang on, I'll just warm it up with my hand. That battery's bloody. Ugh. It's oh, I've lost the focus now. It was an Ultra, but it's not an Ultra anymore. Come on, focus, focus. Ah, camera. Ah, right there, got it. So, I'm just warming the battery up in my hand a minute. It'll start working then. Alright. Okay, I'm sick of these batteries going flat. So let me just play my 2 times speed. Right, 2 times speed. Okay.
Doing a video on heat pumps and more specifically the government's need to subsidise those with £11.8 billion of your money. And I wasn't really against heat pumps per se. All I was saying is, why should we have to put our taxpayers' money into heating somebody else's home? Okay, I know what the argument is, we've got to get away from fossil fuels. Of course we have. They're going to run out anyway, so at some point we're going to have to abandon them. Do we want to do what Greta Thunberg is suggesting and go cold turkey on fossil fuels, stop using them immediately, or do we want to phase them out in a sensible way? Here's my take on what a sensible way is. You find technology that is so compelling, that is so efficient, that nobody would argue about giving up their gas boiler to adopt it. Therefore, you do not need to subsidise it. If heat pumps are so marvellous that they save all this money, give you lovely warm houses and low fuel bills, then you don't need a government subsidy. You'll have the world bidding up half of your door. If you're a heat pump manufacturer, you won't need the government's help to sell them. They'll sell themselves. Of course they will, if they're that good. If you look at the comments below on the first video, you'll see that a lot of people agree with me and say, do you know what? I fitted a heat pump, I got talked into having a heat pump. It was a disaster from day one. The salesman was very compelling. He promised me all.
There you go. Disaster from day one. Alright, you've heard it, right? So, sorry about that. I had to speed it up because it's a preview and I don't want to get a copyright strike on it. Anyway, I'm promoting his channel, so anyway, he shouldn't complain. So go and check his channel out. He's the guy who seems to know a lot about it. He installs stuff. Let's go and look at his... main channel. A lot of people don't do this, you see. You've got to look at his videos. Go to his videos. He's a business guy, so... a lot of people don't even bother to check the about section because that usually tells you everything you need to know. Now, the guy knows what he's talking about. He does a lot of different installations. There's a lot of work. Now let's have a look at the about section about him, which is a lot of people don't even bother looking there. So if you look at the about section, he has a business email, or you can view his email address if you want. Skill Builder brings you building projects, tool reviews, tutorials, quick tips and the latest products, so hit subscribe, blah blah. Yeah, we get the usual stuff. Yeah, anyway, he's a good guy, he knows what he's talking about. So oh shit, my bloody mouse has died on me again. Hang on a minute. These batteries are getting really bad. Where's my other battery? Oh, I'll have to warm that one up. I need to find another battery actually. Oh, actually I've got some new battery. I think I might have a new battery. I can nick it out of my... Let me think. Hang on a minute. Can I nick it out of my Walkman? Hang on a minute. I think I've got one I can nick out of out the clock or something. Hang on. Ah, dear me, I don't know if there's enough juice in this one. Nick the battery out there. It's just cold weather, you see. Battery chemistry just drops right down, goes right down in the winter. Oh, yeah, that'll work. So these other two batteries, I'll stick them in my pocket and keep them warm in case I need them. Right, so... Oh, it's only Skill Builder anyway. It's a good channel. I'm subscribed to that. So close that out. So a lot of channels about it, a lot of the stuff, and the government's trying to push this stuff on us. It's ridiculous. You see, what they're doing is basically, to summarise, what they're doing is they're artificially increasing the prices of gas. They're doing that on purpose, so that everybody can't afford it, and people will think, oh, well, and then what they'll do is artificially reduce electricity bills, so that you basically think, oh, it's cheaper to actually use a heat pump. That's basically to trick you into buying it. Oh, yeah, these... Oh, that's funny, that one is. These flipping things are monsters. Who wants to put them things on your roof? What the heck? Alright, let's have a quick look at that one. So this is why I'm doing research in alternative energy, because there's got to be an answer, and I've been working at it for like 6-7 years now. Well, I basically started in 2016. Look at that crap! Who wants that on outside your house? Oh my god. This is, oh my god, I hate heights. Oh my god, I bet that hurt. Oh my god. So we're having some fun here, I don't know. So I'm just basically chilling out of it. So yeah, these flipping things fall. Flipping nightmare, especially if they're on a roof outside a building, and you could get hit by one of these flipping things. This is what New York's like. Let's have a look at this one. That's if they're parked outside your window. Look at this one.
This week's hot weather had New Yorkers cranking up the air conditioning. It also raises the question, is your window unit properly installed? CBS 2's Vanessa Murdoch reports falling air conditioners have been a real safety problem around the city.
Who wants that?
Down the streets of New York City, ever look up and wonder, is that air conditioner really secure? Might it come crashing down at exactly the wrong time?
Yeah, a lot of times I do, especially when the water drops when you walk in. I definitely sometimes look up and wonder.
I never think about that.
It can happen.
And it does. Just did yesterday. Sonia Rincon of 1010 Wins tells us while walking on West 48th Street in Hell's Kitchen with her mom, she heard creaking. Didn't think much of it because the city's always making noise. Then
we heard and kind of felt this crash behind us.
she turned around and saw this air conditioner busted up after slamming into the sidewalk. Missed slamming into them by only inches.
We, of course, looked up, couldn't figure out which window it was.
It says it fell from the 3rd floor. It's a situation Gringer and Sons.
Anyway, there you go. Who wants to have those flipping things hanging out your window if you're in an upstairs flat and you can't have an air conditioner or a heat pump installed in your garden because you don't have a garden? Oh, and you also don't have a balcony. Oh, and you also, all you've got is a freaking window. Right, if that's the case, then that's what you're going to end up with if you get a heat pump. So yeah, which is basically air conditioner in reverse, which is the same thing. As I said earlier, these air conditioners work in both modes. They produce heat inside in the winter, and you switch a switch that reverses them, and they produce cold inside in the summer. That's how they work, these things. You know, you go and look them up anyway, you can find it out for yourself. Anyway, so basically, if the government pushes all this crap on us, we're going to end up with stuff like this falling on people in the street because somebody forgets that they've got a thing in the window and they open the window to let, you know, yeah. Or kids play with it. Yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd do that little. I just thought I'd cover these things a little bit just to give you a rough idea, because a lot of people don't understand what they're letting themselves in for. Right. Also, people are going to get wet when you tilt them to drain the water condensation out of them. Yeah, it says tilt window air conditioner to drain water outside. Right, so you're going to get wet. Oh my god, I'm not going to play any more of these videos. It would be hilarious. Yeah. If you're going to tilt it, you're more likely to drop the damn thing, I tell you, if you're playing around with these things. Because if you've got to tilt it to drain it and your hand slips, oops! If you're walking down the street below, you're going to need a flipping hard hat. Definitely. I don't think that's going to save you anyway. So, I just thought I'd let you know. Okay, right, but a lot of this crazy stuff. I mean, what's wrong with them? Just keep your back boiler. Don't take no for an answer. But you see, if everybody says I'm not having one of them things, I want to keep my back boiler, then eventually they'll just give up and say, well, nobody wants these flipping heat pumps, so we're just gonna have to, you know what I mean? It's just a question of sticking with what you want, sticking with what you're used to and what works, because gas boilers are the best things, and since sliced bread. Anyway, as far as everything else is going right now, I sold my little artifact at the auction, which is going to help me for Christmas, but I don't know what the new year's going to bring. I think it's going to be a tough year, actually. I mean, these power cuts are getting worse because of all these storms. They're saying it's climate change. Well, we've had storms like this back in the 60s and 70s. You go and look at your history. There was massive flooding. We've had it. It just happens in cycles. We just get it every so many years. I mean, I'm 62. Like, I remember things that happened back in the 60s. I was about what? I think 65. I would have been about 6 years old. Like, but I remember stuff vaguely happening. I remember the snow was really tall. You know, it was like so deep, it was right up to my knees. Mind you, I was little then, so that would have been about a foot deep, 2 feet deep, something like that. But we used to have heavy snow back in the 60s. I remember it, and I was in the countryside though. So in reality, all this talk about climate change, really, I don't see it. I don't see climate change, because I remember that we had all this stuff back in the 60s. You know, we had a really, let me think, it was 1978. We had a really bad winter that year, and everybody I was at Beverley at the time, near Hull, and everybody was getting stuck in the snow. I couldn't even get to work because I was on my moped and I couldn't get there because the roads were just chock-a-block with snow. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know where they're getting it all from, all this talk about climate change. It's just a cycle. We are heading for an ice age, though. That's what the scientists in the 70s used to talk about. They used to say we're actually heading towards another ice age, and it's a normal thing. It's they said it based on the ice core samples that they took in the North Pole. You need to go and look at that. Actually, we do research on ice core samples about previous ice ages and stuff like that. You'll find an awful lot. It's like looking at the lines in a tree trunk, where you get these grow rings around the tree. The ice core samples are similar in that they also show the snow concentrations. You see, each layer of snow has different minerals in it, different pollution levels, different carbon dioxide levels, and so they can actually slice through one of these cores, and by taking small samples at different levels in the core, they can see how much oxygen, how much carbon dioxide, how much nitrogen, how much of all these various chemicals were in the atmosphere at the time when the ice froze, and because it's like a time capsule, these ice cores, so they actually tell you what the situation was. We actually had more carbon dioxide in the past than we do now, so I don't know what they're talking about when you're talking about CO2 levels. It's silly. Yeah, anyway, you got to do your own homework. You just can't listen to everything you hear on the media. You've got to go and do your own research, you know, because that's the only way you find anything out for real, you know what I mean? It's first-hand experience is what you call it. It's not conspiracy theory. It's real science, not pseudoscience. If you know what, do you know what pseudoscience is? Go and look it up on Wikipedia. It's spelled with a P, by the way. It's got a silent S. So it's PSY. Oh shit! I can't even spell it. Let me just find it here. Right. My computer's. My computer's caching again. Actually, if I spell it, I can spell it wrong, pseudo, because it'll still find it. If I type wiki, people should do their own research. Right, let's find it. It'll come up. I searched it the other day. It's spelled with a PSEUD. That's why it's so hard to spell it. So pseudoscience. Let's go and have a look at the Wikipedia. Come on, today, not tomorrow. Right. So this is basically what the hell has that box come up for? Let me know. Right, hang on a minute. Right, let me zoom in. Pseudoscience consists of statements, beliefs, or practices that claim to be both scientific and factual, but are incompatible with the scientific method. Pseudoscience is often characterized by contradictory, exaggerated, or unfalsifiable claims, reliance on confirmation bias rather than rigorous attempts at refutation, lack of openness to evaluation by other experts, absence of systematic practices when developing hypotheses, and continued adherence long after the pseudoscientific hypotheses have been experimentally discredited, right? In other words, you can't believe a damn thing what they're saying, right? This is what we're getting right now, isn't it? A lot of pseudoscience about this the C word, COVID, yeah? We're not seeing any actual people talking about it other than one person at the front line. And hang on, where's the science behind it? Let's see the scientists come forward. Let's hear it. Oh, the demarcation between science and pseudoscience has philosophical, political and scientific implications. Differentiating science from pseudoscience has practical implications in the case of healthcare, expert testimony, environmental policies and science education. Distinguishing scientific facts and theories from pseudoscientific beliefs such as those found in climate change. Blah, 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 yeah. Denial, astrology, alchemy, alternative medicine, occult beliefs and creation science is part of science, education and literacy. Well, you're going to read it yourself anyway. There's a big page there. Look at that. There's a lot of words on there. I'm not going to read them all to you. You can read them yourself. So all this stuff going down here. Refuse to acknowledge problems. Let me just have a quick look at that one. Refusal to acknowledge problems. In 1978, Paul Thagard proposed that pseudoscience is primarily distinguishable from science when it is less progressive than alternative theories. Over a long period of time, and its proponents fail to acknowledge or address problems with this theory. In 1983, Mario Bunge suggested the categories of belief fields and research fields to help distinguish between pseudoscience and science, where the former is primarily personal and lists hostility to criticism as one of the major features of pseudoscience. Right, okay, so, right. Alright, I read you enough of that. There's a lot there. You can go and find it yourself. Right, it's worth reading because you see, we're living in that state. The world is literally, right now, is full of that. Right? Because everybody, you see, we're seeing all these people on the stage, right, and all these on the pulpits talking, right, and they're saying that they've had science advisors, but who advised them? Who's the advisor? Why can't we see the advisor? Why can't the freaking scientists stand on the pulpit and tell us instead of listening to it from you know who? Anyway, so there's a lot more going on in the world than what meets the eye. Most people don't even do their own research. They just... Now I'm getting a dry throat now. My coffee's gone cold. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my video, even though it was a completely different video and I wasn't doing any research or any engineering, magnetics or electronics or anything like that. But I want to get back to it as soon as I can because at the moment money's tight. So I'm trying to save my energy right now until we get through Christmas. I love watching this guy. This is the scammer. Oh, this guy is really funny. Scammer Payback, that's his channel. Go and check him out. It's really funny. He's getting... That's his channel. He's got 1.43 million subscribers, so he can't be doing... He must be doing something right. So... Right, so this scammer duo wants to steal $1,000, but when the gift card gets processed, they find out it's only $5. I confront their call centre and see how they react once they know it's me and they aren't. Oh. Oops. Oh, and they aren't getting that $1,000. So I watched this earlier. Well, it's just finishing now. It was really funny, actually. There's some even funnier ones he does, but yeah, I just like, oh, let me just check out, I'll show you something. I like the one where he's sitting in the bath, but it's CGI stuff, you know, it's really funny. Let's just, actually, let me just show you this, it's really, really funny. Let me go to my history. I was watching this one yesterday and it's hilarious. It's fun, you know, right, history, come on, my computer's going to start buffering again. Library. I want history. So this guy, where is it? It's only yesterday, so it's not far down here. Oh, I think it was this one. Alright, I'll reopen that one. Uh-oh, is it buffering again? No. So, he was talking to a scammer.
Now, calling
Let me just...
is an ever-evolving process for...
Let me just mute his audio, right? Let me just skip through it. So he's talking to these scammers, right? and he pretends to be that old grandma, right? Hang on. Let me just unmute him. He pretends to be this old grandma. Alright, hey, listening. Come on.
We connect you to a live representative.
Hello.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, thanks for calling cancellation department. This is Peter Williams. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, Peter. How are you?
I'm fine. Okay, I do believe that you made a payment with protection. I'm right, ma'am?
Right.
Okay, but right now, we are unable to provide you the service due to some technical errors with the server of our company, okay?
Right, so I'm going to skip forward a bit because it's a long 16-minute video, and he's talking to this guy, and then he jumps into his CGI stuff, and I just think it's so funny, you know, when he, where is it? Somewhere along here. Oh no, it wasn't this video. Shit, shucks. It wasn't this one. It was the other one before that. This is the one where the guy spots him. Damn it. Oh dear me, I'll hit the back button. It wasn't this one. It must be the one before it. Oops. Where is it? You got this little dog on the rug, and yeah, I've been watching some of my own videos as well because I've been trying to sync them to my playlists. Where is it? What the heck? Oh, is it that one? Yeah, it's this one. Yeah, he's driving around with his car. It's funny. This is hilarious. So
in today's video, scammers are trying to steal $40,000. Unfortunately for them, it's me on the other line. Here's a couple things that we're gonna do. Set up a scammer versus scammer scenario.
I did the work that your boss wanted, but just call me.
Ma'am, my boss hasn't called you up.
Connect to their system to find out their location, their building, and who their boss is.
We've been watching you for a number of hours from the Godrej Genesis building in West Bengal. I know you can hear me right now. I am going to expose you.
Also, I try to work on my Hindi. That gives me a chance to understand what they're saying behind my back.
I don't appreciate that you said a curse word about me, though.
Apne boss se pyaro.
You are talking to the boss.
Oh, you are not the boss. And as icing on the cake.
anyway, go and check this guy out. He's really funny. Yeah, you'll have a laugh because I like the bit where he's in the bath. Where is it? Somewhere around here. Oh, he crashes his car. Not the real car, the virtual car, and yeah, tries to claim damages or something. I don't know. Yeah, where is it? Where is he in the bath? He's over here somewhere. It's just really funny. It's not a real bath. It's a CGI. Ah, don't say it wasn't that one. Shit. Oh, sorry about my language. Yeah, it's not this one either. Oh, was it? No, that's the one where he's got his... I thought it's funny. Yeah, anyway, go onto his channel. I'm sure you'll get to see it. Right, I need to go because I'm talking too much. Anyway, we'll see you later. Take care. Have fun. Blah, blah, blah. I wonder if my live stream is actually still working. I've still got that funny icon at the top. I don't know what it is. I'll have to look later. Bye for now. it's probably going to say live stream failed or something.